Yes. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday afternoon. It is about 2:30 p.m. Eastern time right now. We had the weigh-ins earlier today for UFC St. Louis. Only one fight canceled. Jared Gooden had medical issues. The Gooden-Jousset fight is canceled. Poor Kevin Jousset. Can you imagine flying all the way from Australia to St. Louis, making weight, being there on weigh-in day, and then they tell you, sorry, no fight for you, and you're not getting paid. Yikes. Terrible, terrible day for Kevin Jousset. Too late to find him a replacement, too. So, yeah, that fight is off. We're down to 12 fights for UFC St. Louis. Still going to be a banger of a card. And I've got a greasy four-leg parlay for you guys here that I'm going to break down all four legs for. It's a big plus money number this week, and we're looking to hit it. We hit 3 out of 4 last week. We were doing just fine until the Michelle Pereira fight, where we had the over 1.5 rounds at plus 130. A good plus money number to fatten up the payoff on the parlay. And yeah, that didn't even come close. We were not even close there. All 3 of the other legs hit. Pantoja hit, Deani Barbosa hit, and I think it was Joe Anderson Brito. I think that was the 3 legs that did hit, but we came up short on that plus money leg. But looking to get this one going here today. I'll share my screen with you guys, and I want to encourage you guys to join up with the Patreon. My guy Brady and I, we did an hour and a half, or I'm sorry, we did a 2-hour probability that's available here on the Patreon, on the Dub Club as well, where you can find me under MMA Weezy. $25 a month signs you up to the probability tier of the Patreon, where you're not only going to get access to these amazing stats like the betting template for every fight, the over-under template for every fight, the advanced matchup stats so that you can compare each fighter in every possible category, how their stats stack up not only to the divisional averages, but also to their opponent. So you can find out where certain fighters have strengths or weaknesses that could be exploited by their opponent. So great stuff there with the advanced matchups, the over-under template, the in-depth UFC stats for every single fighter on the card. Join the Patreon, link down below there, patreon.com/UncleWeezy. $25 a month tier for probability gets you access to the subscribers only content. We'll be going an hour and a half to 2 hours deep every single card, breaking down all the plus EV bets that we find in the over-under template here, that we find in the betting template here. We'll be going through all of it. We'll be finding ways to stack cash tickets like flapjacks. So join DFS by the numbers and myself at that Patreon address down below, also at the Dub Club address over here, dubclub.win/u/MMA Weezy. Either of those places, you can find these products and come along with us on a journey of making some money betting on MMA and stacking cash tickets like flapjacks. But let's get into this parlay here, you guys. We've got 4 legs here. The very first leg, it's going to be Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going with the Esteban Ribovics El Gringo money line here at -177 on BetRivers Sportsbook. I'm doing the parlay on BetRivers this week because the payoff is much better. The lines are better on all 4 of them. So we're going to go with the Esteban Ribovics money line at -177 on BetRivers Sportsbook. As I mentioned, this is the Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week. So we are looking for a big win here. And I think the reason that Ribovics is going to win this fight is because of the conditioning differential, the heart differential, and the durability differential between these 2 fighters. I think that Ribovics is powerful. I think he's a very good grappler in his own right. But the thing is about Ribovics is the dude doesn't fuck off. He's never been finished as a professional, and he's shown the ability to come back from adversity on more than one occasion during his professional career. He's survived on the ground and been put in some bad spots by, in particular, the first round with Camuella Kirk in that fight. But he wound up showing that he knows how to defend chokes and that he can persevere through those situations and lose the first round of a fight, but come back and win it. And the one thing that we've never, ever seen from Terrence McKinney during a very long pro career is him doing anything of any substance after the first round is over. So I like Esteban Ribovics. I think he's a great live betting spot. I think you can get him if he's still alive 3.5 minutes into round one. You'll probably be able to get him at a much better price than -177. And then you can count on the trend that we've seen in every single Terrence McKinney fight. And that is that McKinney becomes less effective as time goes on. So leg number one, Esteban El Gringo Ribovics, Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week to win the money line. Leg number two, this Cuban sensation, Robelis Despaigne. We're picking him to win in round one at +112 here. He's got 6 pro wins, all 6 pro wins, or I think it's 5 pro wins at this point. All 5 pro wins come inside the distance by knockout in round number one. And I don't think it's going to be that much different this time around. Robelis is 6'7" with a, what is the reach on Robelis? Let's just make sure that we get it right. Robelis has an 87-inch reach. He is a bronze medalist at the 2012 London Olympics in Taekwondo. So he's got a legitimate martial arts background where he's very high level at a particular striking skill set. Now, this 6'7" guy with a 9-inch reach advantage and a 3-inch height advantage and a switch stance fighter is going to be fighting basically a pure boxer. I mean, Waldo does throw some kicks, but Despaigne has the death touch. If he touches you, you're done. And I think that we are going to see Waldo Cortez Acosta get knocked out for the first time in his career. And I think it's going to come very early against this guy that has the kind of length, the kind of height, and the kind of martial arts skill set that it's virtually impossible to find somebody to emulate that in the gym. So you kind of walk into that cage not knowing what this guy's gonna be like until you get in there with him, and it's too late to, adjust on the fly. That this guy can kick you from nearly across the goddamn room and punt your head into the cheap seats in St. Louis, where they'll probably pass it around and barbecue it and put it, on a platter for everybody to enjoy. So I am looking for Robelis Despaigne to win violently and to win quickly in round number one. So if we go to BetRivers Sportsbook here and we go to the Cortez Acosta Despaigne fight, we're going to go down to round and we're going to pick Robelis Despaigne round one at +112. Leg number 3 is going to be Mateusz Rebecki to win inside the distance at -136. I love the pace that Rebecki puts on. This guy always is coming forward. He's always throwing with power and purpose. And because he throws the way that he does, he can use his striking and his pressure to set up the entries on his takedowns. And he really just kind of pushes a pace that most people can't, hold up under. And Diego Ferreira, now at 39 years of age, we've seen a couple of different guys, particularly Gregor Gillespie, and also I'm trying to think what the other one was where we saw Ferreira finished inside the distance. Because he's been finished 3 times in the UFC. Let me look at my stats here. Yeah, it was the Gamrot fight. Gamrot just kept pushing that wrestling pace. Eventually, he gets him up against the cage, lands a knee to the side, and Ferreira quits. The Gregor Gillespie fight is another one where he just Gillespie wouldn't fuck off. Gillespie kept wrestling, and even though Gillespie was completely exhausted, he was able to break Ferreira and get a late second round finish. And the way that Rebecki fights is very similar to the way that Gillespie fights and to the way that Gamrot fights. And so I think we're going to see that same pace, just put on a much older guy right now. And once that happens, I think we're going to see either Rebecki knock this dude out or get a submission late second round, early third round when Ferreira realizes that 15 minutes at 39 years of age with this Polish freak is too much for him to handle. So I am going with Mateusz Rebecki to not just win, but win violently inside the distance as leg number 3 of this parlay. So let's find the fight. Rebecki versus Ferreira. And we're going to go to method here. And we're going to go to Mateusz Rebecki to win by finish at minus 136. That brings this 3-leg parlay up to plus 479. And then we're going to go to leg number 4 to close it out. The Black Beast, minus 159 to go in there and get it done against Rodrigo Nascimento, a guy that is going to be taking a massive step up in competition here. Nascimento's got a good UFC record, and he's done well so far, but the wins are over guys that you just don't really care about. Who cares about 2 wins over Don'Tale Mayes at this point, you know? This is who he's beaten. Don'Tale Mayes once. He got knocked out by Chris Daukaus. And you remember what Derrick Lewis did to Chris Daukaus? Okay. Alan Badeau was working him for the first round of that fight. I remember having money on Nascimento and freaking out about how much success Alan Badeau was having in round 1. Freaking out that fight might actually get stopped by how badly Badeau was beating his ass. Then we get a win by split decision over Tanner Boser that he may or may not have deserved. Then he gets a win over Ilir Latifi, had the same kind of fight really with Latifi that Derrick Lewis had with Latifi. Very close fight, split decision, but Latifi just doesn't do anything with the control time that he gets and the takedowns that he gets. So he wound up getting the nod there. And then another win over Don'Tale Mayes. So he's 4-1 with a no contest. But these are not impressive wins over guys that, you know, Derrick Lewis would flatline. And even though I do think Nascimento can have some success wrestling early here, he's not some crazy volume wrestler that's going to be able to do it for long periods of time. So I think eventually there's just going to come a time where both these guys are standing and Derrick Lewis lands that big bomb that changes the trajectory of the fight and winds up getting him a knockout. Then we get to see the Black Base celebration. He'll get down on his belly. He'll come up. And then he'll probably take his pants off because his balls definitely might be hot. And you know that a dude from Houston, Texas is going to be going out for some St. Louis barbecue after he barbecues Rodrigo Nascimento in the cage on Saturday night and cashes this greasy 4-leg parlay for us, the people who are working to find ways to stack cash tickets like flapjacks. So let's go to leg number 4. Put Derrick Lewis in this parlay. And minus 159 brings us up to plus 844. Now, if you were to do this on DraftKings, it would be plus 670. So please don't do it on DraftKings. We don't want plus 670. We want that plus 844 that's available on BetRivers Sportsbook here. That's what it comes out to. Let's cash this thing after coming close last week. We got 92 live viewers right now. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any of the excellent content that I'm always providing for you guys every single fight week here. And also, leave me a comment down below. And please, for the love of Jah, please consider supporting Brady and I as we give you some of the most innovative content that's available right now in probability and some of the most innovative stats and betting models that are available on the web right here. Join us on this journey of finding plus EV bets and stacking cash tickets like flapjacks. Let's see what's going on with you guys in the chat. What are you up to today? Who are you liking here? What do you like? What don't you like? Do you think this thing's cashing? Let your Uncle Weezy know. because I'm going to let you know that my guy Olajuwon Dream right now is saying, "Oi!" And we got Presidente Pedro saying, "Oi!" What's up, Pedro? We got Mr. Drail saying, "What up, Unc? Let's get greasy. Let's go, Mr. Drail." We got Kike Akagi in the room saying, "Oi!" Straight from hot Poland. Let's go, Robeski. Am I right, Uncle? Yes, you are right. And he is leg number 3 of this parlay to not just win, but win violently inside the distance against an ultra veteran in Diego Ferreira. So really looking forward to that fight. We got TT 2996 Kronos in the room saying, "Uncle Weezy, I just wanted to say I appreciate all the time and efforts you put into this. You break down fights at an extremely high level. We'll be signing up to your Patreon soon. Appreciate you, Kronos." And he gives us an oi. I appreciate you, man. And I appreciate everybody that supports the work through the Patreon. You guys are the reason that I'm able to show up for free every week here on YouTube, showing you these models and these statistical models that I've built to help people make themselves be better bettors who find better plus EV spots using pricing algorithms that I've created. President Dave Pedro saying Weezy F baby, and the F stands for flapjacks. Let's go. We've got Real Fight Picks saying, "I have studied my dick off. Now I'm ready to stack flapjacks. Rest in peace, Bleed." If you want to give to Bleed's family and show Bleed's family how supportive this community can be for each other, the link to Bleed's GoFundMe is in the description of this video. Everybody, please show some love to his family that lost him entirely too soon and completely unexpectedly. So that would be great if you guys could do that. And rest in peace, Bleed. One of the guys that I saw back in the day that made me want to do this. One of the funniest people to ever do it, and the best MMA gambler in the world. We just lost him. So now that particular accolade is out there and it's up for grabs. Who's going to be the new best MMA gambler in the world now that we lost Bleed? Well, it's up for grabs. Let's all try to get it. Yes, Freak in the room saying Scottsdale, Arizona is watching you. Let's go. Kaboom. Let's go. Yes, Freak. I could not find the weigh-ins anywhere. Did you guys? I posted it in my Patreon today. I'll link to the videos, but it's definitely in my YouTube feed. You just got to look a little bit. They just, I don't know if they had a live one today or what happened, but yeah, it's available out there. Oi, from Reno, Nevada, the land of the free. What's up, Broke DGen? Thanks for checking in from Washoe County, Nevada, Reno. Stand up. Let's go. We got Olajuwon Dream saying Ruziboyev didn't look terrible on the scales. I agree. He looked very good. Pereira finishing people like he's freaking Robelis Despaigne. He sure is, man. Pereira is just going through people right now like a hot knife through butter. Broke DGen saying, I went on Aaron the Dog MMA UFC breakdown live stream, and I gave them good info telling them what props Weezy thought were profitable. Well, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, and I was on the screen with Aaron the Dog last week on Pub Sports Radio. Aaron was doing the watch along on Pub Sports Radio, and we were actually lining up on quite a few spots last week. So always good to know that hopefully those guys agreed with some of the leans that I had, you know. Ribovics at Kill Cliff. I like that. That dude is good, man. He's so good. Bosa Brewer saying weigh-ins weren't streamed. The ceremonials start in about 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, there was one of the outlets actually cut together everybody on the scale, you know, and it only took about 8-9 minutes to watch. It's in my Discord. Yeah. So and my guy Rob Pagorni, hanging out with him last night, hanging out with some fraternity brothers last night. We were telling some stories about back in the day, having a really good time. Always good to see Rob hanging out in here, man. Let's cash some tickets and let's go golfing next week, dude. We got Bosa Brewer saying Ribovics round 2 plus 650. Oh, I'm on that, Bo. I'm on round 2-3 for Ribovics at 650 and 1900. I've got bets on Ribovics 2-3, Robeski 2-3, and Goff 2-3 that I love, and I'm getting at big plus money numbers. Dude is a monster, that's for sure, man. Keiki saying, guys, give our uncle a like under the video. Appreciate you, Keiki. We got Olajuwon saying, glad I got Robelis at -170 down to -250 on 365. Yeah, that's for sure. He's getting all the steam. Have we seen Robelis take a punch yet? I think I've seen him take one or two, and it does look like he's got a decent chin. I got him -190 CLV for the -170. There you go. That's pretty good. Need Brady to send me a trophy in the mail. He's keeping his trophy, dude. He's got a nice one, man. Pedro saying Lewis and Lewis. I love it. It's a lock for sure. We got Olajuwon saying, let's go. We cash in. We got thanks, Uncle. We got hate what Nicki Minaj did to Junior Senior's song. Am I right, fellas? Oh, is it that the Junior Senior song, the Move Your Feet? I haven't heard it. I haven't heard that one yet, but I don't listen to Nicki Minaj. So we got the Roth Window Cleaning Services saying scene weigh-ins. When are the face-offs? Yeah, I think they're coming up in a little over an hour or two. But yeah, I think they've got some ceremonial weigh-ins on YouTube that you can check out right now. The links to the videos are set up. And we got Olajuwon saying, yeah, a Ruzaboyev Buckley face-off going to look funny. Yeah, Ruzaboyev's massive. I can't believe he made 170 with no issue after fighting on March 30th at middleweight and then having such a quick turnaround and not really much of a camp for this fight. So, because this fight was just made like a little over 2 weeks ago. So, big ups to Nursultan Ruzaboyev for making 171 on short notice at 6'5". So, that is going to be a very interesting fight. There's 104 of you guys in here right now. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Let me just go through it real quick here. We got Esteban Ribovics money line. That's Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week. That's line number 1 at -177. Leg number 2, Robelis Despaigne to win in round number 1, +112. All 5 wins most of them come in within 30 seconds, but all of them come in round number 1. And the one guy that he took 4.5 minutes to beat held him against the cage for 4.5 minutes. And that is not Waldo Cortez Acosta's game. So looking for Robelis to win in round 1 is leg 2. Leg 3, Mateusz Rebecki inside the distance. Leg 4, the Derrick Lewis money line at -159. That comes out to +844 on BetRivers Sportsbook. Let's cash this thing after getting 3 out of 4 last week. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Join that Patreon. Hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. And please subscribe to the channel. Check me out on Patreon. Check me out on Dub Club. And I appreciate you guys coming out here to make some money betting on MMA. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC St. Louis. Good luck on all your bets, everybody. And we will see you next week for this next Vegas card, UFC Vegas 93, I think. But I'm going to get out my stats for the UFC 302 card to my Patreon members later on today. About 25% of it done with it right now. So look for those stats later on today if you are on the Patreon. Good luck on UFC St. Louis, and we'll see you next week. Take care, you guys.